Hey, and welcome to this video. My name is Nina, and today is going to be a bit different because we are now 2,000 or over 2,000 wonderful people on this channel. And in celebration of that, I thought it would be a nice idea to finally do the Q&A that I was going to do when I was at 1,000 subscribers, but I had some trouble with my Mac. So I thought I could just do that while I am redesigning Patty's home. So that's what we are going to be doing today. She lives on my island and I rolled credits on the DLC, which enables me to customize her home. So that's where we will be, or what I did while I'm going to be talking about your questions that you guys asked me. So without further ado, let's just hop right into the questions now finally. And the first question was, who or what inspired you to do YouTube? And I really don't know. I think I started playing Animal Crossing when I had a bit of a recovery time due to a surgery, and I got my Nintendo Switch because I had basically nothing to do because I was only able to lie down in bed, and I got really into Animal Crossing and I started watching so many Animal Crossing YouTubers, mainly I think Froggy Crossing, Let's Play and Console Kato by that time, and I didn't even have a Switch at that point, and then I got a Switch for my birthday and I got really into the game and I haven't stopped playing since. And content creation has always kind of appealed to me, but I didn't really have the confidence to talk about myself in general, and I didn't really think that I had anything interesting to share. But with the game and me sharing my passion on Instagram and it being received quite well, I guess, or at least I felt like I wanted to go further than that. So I created my YouTube channel, and I'm still enjoying it to this day. So the next question is, what inspired you to do this abandoned island? And that question is still related to the 1,000 subscriber thingy, so we're obviously now not doing the abandoned drops anymore, but that island was heavily inspired by the game The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2, because I'm really in love with the game graphics and I still watch playthroughs of it to this day. I don't know why, it's so beautiful and I really wanted to recreate it. And this particular island, to maybe take this question a bit further, that we are currently working on, I was going to say the abandoned drops again, the winter kind of Scandinavian inspired island is just inspired by my love that I have for the Nordic countries, and yeah, I just wanted to play with that and see what I can do, because I feel like the landscapes of that are very difficult to recreate in Animal Crossing, but I wanted to give it a try, and that is what we are currently doing. So yeah. Another person asks, where is your favorite place that you have traveled, which ties in very nicely with the previous question, which is why I may have put them next to each other. And that is definitely Iceland. I always gush about that. If you've been around for a bit, you know how much I love Iceland. I've lived and worked there after I finished school, and I worked there to kind of train young Icelandic horses. I think I started riding Icelandic horse when I was 7 years old, and I stopped when I was 19, I want to say, because of the pandemic and my bachelor's and whatnot, but I will definitely start riding, horseback riding again after I have all of my surgeries done. And then we have another question, which is, what's your favorite German breakfast food? And that's very difficult because I don't really have typically German breakfast food. I would say because I always just eat oatmeal with kind of porridge with a banana and a different seasonal fruit. But I'd say I just love myself a good pretzel. We call them brezeln here, which I think is the proper name, and with some butter on it. Delicious, very nice, love it so much. So yeah, and the next question is very Animal Crossing related, so maybe we can get into that a bit. I don't know what the following questions will be, but I'm just going to say that right now. And that is, how many hours do you have on Animal Crossing? And I actually didn't check. Let me check. Since I have 3 switches, I think we should add 50 more hours to the thing that I'm about to say because of my third Switch, because I only have 2 of them with me right now. So on my main Switch, that is Drops, and that was my first Switch, I have 1,745 hours. And on my Switch Lite, I have 230 hours. So let's just round it up, I think, to like 2,000 hours, which we are not going to talk about any further. And then we have another Animal Crossing related question, perfect, which is, what do you think about cheaters/modders/hackers in Animal Crossing? And I have a very simple answer to that. I do not consider anyone a cheater. I do not consider modders cheaters. I do not consider hackers cheaters, simply for the reason that I think that a game is to be played by everyone in the way that they want it to be played. I'm sorry that my dog just shook his head. He doesn't agree. No, I just think that everyone should just play the game the way that they want. I am very much a cheater if you would say that you can cheat on Animal Crossing, because I time travel, I use treasure islands, I do everything that you can to speed up the process that includes gameplay, because I mainly use the game to decorate. So I'd say there is no way to cheat if you are enjoying the gameplay. That's exactly what the game is supposed to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let the people live. Everyone, you do you. And then we have the last couple of questions that are from the Discord, and we got 2 questions about my dog or my pets. So one is, tell us more about your pets, which I have a dog. His name is Tofu, and he is 6 years old. I think he's going to turn 7 in January, on the 6th of January. And then I also have we have a family dog. My mum and my stepdad have a dog. His name is Apollo. I think he is like half a year younger than Kovu. So he is 6 now, but I think he was born in September. We are not sure about that. We kind of rescued him from Greece. And then we also have a kind of rescue cat from Greece, and her name is Zoe, which means life in Greek, I believe. And that is because my stepdad is Greek. And she is, I think, 2 or 3 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And I love them all to death. But of course, I do have a favorite, which might be Kovu. The next question is, I want to know if Kovu is named after the Lion King movies. And I did actually answer that in the Discord, but just for you. Yes, Kovu is very much named after the Lion King 2. There's a character that will, spoiler alert, click off now if you don't want to hear it. But if you haven't watched the Lion King 2, Nala and Simba are going to get a baby, and their daughter is kind of going to then, I guess, marry a male lion that is called Kovu. And that is what he was named after, because Kovu in the Lion King movies is a dark lion, and my dog is black, so I thought that was very fitting, because otherwise I would have called him Simba. And then we have 2 more questions, and one of them ties again in very well with the previous question, and they want to know, what is your favorite movie and TV show? Movie wise, it's very difficult because there are a lot of good movies and TV shows, but I'd probably say that my favorite movies are definitely the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies probably as well, just because I love the story of all of them. And my favorite TV show, very difficult one. I'm gonna pick 3. First one would probably be Dark, which is a German Netflix TV show, and you might want to keep your eyes peeled for that one, because there might be something coming to the channel related to that said TV show. You're not supposed to know that yet. And I think then I also really love Money Heist, and I think the third one would be Scam, which I think I'm probably butchering the name of, which was originally a Norwegian show that I really love. You should definitely check it out. It has been kind of, there are knockoffs and remakes kind of it in like all the languages that you could possibly think of. I also really like Druck, which is the kind of German knockoff of it, which I really like. I love the actors in it. Oh, also while I'm talking about that, I think I also really like Wir Kinder vom Bahnhof Zoo, which they translated too literally to be correct. I cannot think that sounds so wrong, but they translated it to We Children from, did they even say Bahnhof Zoo? I can't remember, but it's, oh god, but that show is also really amazing. It's also a new Netflix show. But anyways, and then the last question, which I wanted to include because I have a question to you related to that, is what brushes do you commonly use on Procreate? And I kind of don't really want to answer that question now because I wanted to ask you if you'd be interested in me making a video about kind of my setup, what programs I use, how I do my animations, how I do my illustrations, how I do my videos, what software I use, what hardware I use. If you'd be interested in that, I'd gladly do that. I can't really do a desk tour at the moment because I'm in the middle of moving, but once that's done and all settled, we could obviously also implement that and kind of combine the two. But okie dokie, so we are also done with the build now and done with the questions, so I'm also going to give you a quick tour of this house. But I really enjoyed kind of mixing the dark and the natural wood tones in this build. I kind of just wanted to give her like a cozy cabin vibe type of house, and I really like how it turned out, so I hope that you also think so. Let me know what you think of it, and if you have any further questions down in the comments below, and I will give the word back to the outro version of myself. Thank you so much for all the support, for even making these milestones reality. I can't believe it still. I started this channel in March 2020, and I can't believe that we're already over 2,000 people in this lovely family, and that all of you continue to be so wonderful and so supportive and so lovely with each other as well. I love how supportive this community is in general of each other, I think. And yeah, so thank you so much, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you will continue to enjoy your time here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, I would very much appreciate it if you could maybe give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You know so much about me, why not subscribe already? And yeah, I'm going to see you next time. Take care of yourself until then, and bye-bye.